Alright, for starters, I want to do a quick shout out to Bumsta for donating coffee. It's absolutely not needed or expected, but very much appreciated. Thank you. We are going to be covering NotYou, who is playing Anna on Busan. This is Diamond 4. Stuck in Diamond, trying to hit Masters. So this season, I reached Diamond 1 in support, and I was pretty sure that I would go to Masters after a 4-game win streak. Then I kept losing, and after six wins and 20 losses, D-ranked to Diamond 5. Ooh, that's a lot of losses. Wow, you went straight. So you won 4, then on the next 22 games, you only won 2 of them. That's rough. Now I'm trying again, and I'm currently 2-1 in Diamond 4. I feel like I'm using 100% of my utility as Anna or Bap, my support mains, or if I play Moira, who doesn't really scream utility, I at least play her as efficient as possible. Therefore, I find it hard to look for things I can improve on besides positioning and aim. And then you talk a lot about a video that you posted, but it's a win, so then I suggested that you post a loss. And one of the reasons I say to put a loss, especially for higher ranks, is it's typically like little things that you're doing wrong, right? Because especially when you get a diamond, on PC at least, you're pretty good overall. Like, you have a pretty good idea of what to do, and if you show a win, it can be really hard to be like, yeah, you did fine here, and that's why you won. Like, what advice am I going to give you? I say, okay, this little thing you could definitely feel like this little thing you could have improved, but if you still won the game, how much does that really impact the outcome? Versus in a loss, we can point to, okay, specifically, what could you have done this fight to have changed the outcome? And I think it's a lot more valuable. Anyway, you gave me a loss code, which is great. Bronzy Overwatch, who I've seen also post stuff on the subreddit, it looks like they reviewed your win. And you said, I already kind of discussed it with Bronzy Overwatch here in the comments. What I filtered out of the review was that I should keep high ground longer, play more outside of point, and hold my abilities longer. E.g. I forced lamp like 3-4 times before a fight. Generally more patience. That sounds like advice to me. Pretty typical. Then after that, you also mentioned that you're currently on like a win streak. I think you said you won like, I don't know, 8 games or something. And this is like the only loss. So the first thing I'll say is streaks are not always about your performance, okay? Just due to the nature of volatility of player performance, right? When you go on a win streak, it's not 100% you're not 100% the reason why you're always winning. And when you go on loss streaks, you're not always 100% the reason why you're losing, right? There's just some variability with it. And I think that for you in particular, that really should hit home because you went up to Diamond 1 and then went all the way down to Diamond 4. I don't think you're truly like 3 ranks worse all of a sudden, but you probably weren't 3 ranks better either. Like, your true rank is probably something like Diamond 3, maybe Diamond 2. And that's like your stable plateau point if you don't improve at all. So I would just note that streaks don't matter as much as you might think they will. Like, that's why when you win a lot, don't get overconfident. Be like, oh, I'm the best player in the world. And when you lose a lot, don't feel, oh, I'm the worst player in the world. There's always going to be other variables in there. Which doesn't say that every game is not winnable, but there's other factors involved. So I think this was a dangerous peak. I don't know if you thought the Winston was going to bubble here. This is, I think, a pretty unusual bubble. I actually think it's kind of a smart, interesting bubble. I would never think to do this as a Winston player, but it's certainly an interesting bubble to shut down the Widow's initial shots. All right, Widow dies here. Not much you can do about that. You peek. I think that's a dangerous peek. I think that the Widow had a chance to get you, but right, that's a tough shot. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that the Winston was diving right then, but I think that's a potentially dangerous peek. All right. So, one thing to recognize is that you're playing with a Brig, so not as much like constant healing. I shouldn't say burst, and I shouldn't say sustain, because Brig's actually good at both, right? She can burst quickly with armor packs, and her sustained healing the longer fight goes on is actually quite good. And when I play Brig, I have comparable healing to main healers. I think that the sustained, like, single target healing is typically, though, constant single target healing is what she really lacks. So she has more like ebbs and flows. And as a result, like, I would really expect as the Winston player that you're always maintaining line of sight to me and able to heal me. And you're currently doing a really bad job of that. Right? The Winston's already jumped top, forced the Widow off high ground. I think you have to advance right now. You throw this sleep, which is okay. If you hit it, I think it's a pretty good value. But I just don't. Yeah, I mean, you didn't know the Winston was going to jump right then. I think I still would have held it. I would have held it there. You really need to get line of sight on your Winston, like, ASAP. So come over here. I wouldn't scope this. I would keep shifting to the right, unscoped, and wait until I can actually see the Winston. So right now, kind of an important moment. Like, your team's in, but you see you're not hitting anything. Like, so far you've done 0 healing. You try to shoot the mine, but like, who cares about the mine? So you turn the corner right here in a second. But like, your Winston's not actually low. right? Your Winston only has 75 health. You don't need to throw this grenade at him. If anything, you should have made sure to throw it further ahead to splash the Winston at a minimum, if not the Genji. That would have been crazy high value and probably fight winning. Instead, you throw this grenade well short. Genji dives you. Again, now you don't have sleep because remember, you wasted sleep earlier on the Winston, which is what I wouldn't have done. And then you die. So going back and measuring this fight, okay, like let's think about what you did here. So we'll use heal units, okay, where one heal unit is one full dart, like 75 health. So I think you missed that. So 1, 2, we'll call that 2. All right, that's 1 damage, right? So 2 heals, 1 damage. All right, 1 more damage. So 2 and 2. Missed the grenade. So 3 heals. That last one, the Winston was basically full. 1 bad grenade, and then you die. So in the course of about 20 seconds, you landed 3 heal darts, maybe 4 heal darts. All right, let's give you the benefit of the doubt and say 4 heal darts, 2 damage darts. You missed 1 grenade completely, and you had 1 other pretty much useless grenade, and you missed the sleep. You're not gonna climb like that. Right? Like that's just not gonna happen. And you might say, okay, like is it just an aim problem? It's not an aim problem. Well, I mean, aim is part of the problem, but the issue is you're not maintaining line of sight. Like you have to advance right now. And I understand that you're like in danger to the Winston, but you're in danger to the Winston anyway. I'd rather the Winston dive me with my team and have my whole team to peel versus if Winston dives you over here, if you miss sleep dart, it's over. Like you have to advance, and you're way too slow about it. Okay, you could also, instead of going to the right, gone to the left. I know the Widow was like, I guess the bubble's there, so I guess you have to go to the right. So I think go to the right, but again, like without scoping, just go faster, shift all the way over here, right? You have the opportunities to heal. It's also harder for Winston to dive you here because it's like a low ceiling, right? You definitely have options here to get more healing in. You're like slow to rotate. You missed that grenade. Again, that would have been a big grenade if you landed it, or just use grenade right now against the Genji, and then you could have killed him, right? Grenade plus melee would kill the Genji right now. And then dive you and you die. So I would say very, very bad initial start to the game. Nothing you can do about that. Good sleep. I would reload right now because you got time. Right? You slept him right away. You know that no one is here, right? Like your game sense should already tell you no one is here. I would reload, walk up to here, look, and then shoot melee. Sorry, shoot grenade. You know, there's no reason not to reload right now. You have plenty of time. I definitely do not throw that grenade. I don't think that grenade is... That's... okay, I'm going to show you the Widow angle. First of all, she has hacks on. You should have known that, right? When hacks are activated, 15 seconds. Count them down. Right? 15 seconds on the clock is how long Widow Infrasight lasts. So she can see you the entire time. You hard scope here, so you're very, very slow. Easiest kill that Widow's ever going to get. So sloppy. Like crazy sloppy, right? If you want to climb, you can't be doing stuff like that. Like the Widows will only get better and better, right? The Widows that are in Diamond 1 and Masters 5 are the ones that are able to absolutely dominate supports like you who don't know how to play the game, to be perfectly honest. Okay, they're the ones who feasted on you on like 60% plus win rates as they climbed all the way up to Masters, because they're like, okay, you don't know how to move, you don't know how to dodge, you don't know how to fight me, you're gonna try to just hard scope me as Ana against Widow. Yeah, they'll kill you. Just think of it this way, right? Imagine you played a shooter where all else is equal in a 1-on-1, where you need 3 hits to kill the enemy and they only need 1 hit to kill you, and you're using semi-automatic weapons. Like, does that feel like a good trade to you? She only needs 1 hit on you to kill you. You need 3 hits to kill her, and she's visible to our whole team here, right? Like the Ana probably can back up and heal, for example. So it's like crazy to imagine that you would take this challenge. I think this is incredibly sloppy play. All right, you go Baptiste here, which I think is a terrible decision. I don't know what the Baptiste is supposed to do here. Baptiste is great with brawl lineups, right? Where your team clumps together, you're playing at close range, not necessarily that fast, but playing at close range, clumped, you know, just like short range fights. Those are what you're great at, okay? He's not that great against dive, right? He's not bad, but he's not great against dive, number 1. And number 2, he's not great at long distances because his damage fall off is so extreme. So you're certainly not going to be better at challenging the Widow. I guess Lamp to maybe keep you alive from snipes, but that's not a great overall solution. I don't agree with the Baptiste pick at all. So You're gonna watch the Brig come out of the bubble here, so you can heal her, right? So she gets bubble. She comes out right now. You should be healing. You should be healing right now. Instead, you decide not to heal. Instead, you shoot. You keep shooting, right? You finally toss a heal in, right? You got all these like injured people. You try to heal through the bubble. You get shot by the Widow because you're just not at this point. You're just not paying attention at all. Right? Widow's gone up. You don't look at her. You don't acknowledge her. You don't try to start dodging. You're just walking in a straight line. You should be dead. Right? You're not gonna climb like this. You're never gonna get to Masters if you don't know how to dodge. All right, so Winston's low, but he's in primal, right? So he's got 2-second cooldown on jump jets. I'm not like thinking that he's gonna die so quickly. Instead, I would be focusing on this. This fight right here is super important. I need to keep my Brig alive, and it's very easy, right? Moira doesn't do that much damage, even Nano. You can easily keep Brig alive here. Instead, you're way too late. She's at 1 health. You shoot instead of healing. I don't even know if you could have saved her anyway at that point. This is very sloppy play, right? And then the Moira kills you. So you've had 3 lives so far. 3 or 4, where every single one of them you completely thrown it away, just like doing almost nothing. Comparable, I mean, I'm gonna be harsh here. Comparable to if you were not playing the game, I do not think it would have made a significant difference at this point because of how low your value is. See, this is why you post losses, right? Because you know I get the flag like what you do wrong. Because you play wins, maybe everything's going well, but the thing is, I don't need to tell you how to win more. I need to tell you how to, or I don't know. I need to tell you how to win better when you're already winning. It's when you're losing. These are games you have to figure out how do I turn them into wins. So this is too far away to heal Genji. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's too far away. You see this bubble? It's like kind of trying to faint, but you can see it right here. It is too far away. Right? This is still like a good 5 meters away from the correct distance.
Oh, regenerated. Someone has to keep you alive.
Alright, jump up here, which is not, I think, a terrible call. Again, this straight line, strafe down, you should die right here. Right now, you should die. Yep, right there. You should be dead. Alright, so you drop. Right, again, walking in straight lines. Your Reaper's super low. You should be advancing right now. You have to advance. Even with the will, you have to advance. If you don't advance, the point's lost anyway. You must take a chance here. You're way too late to react to the Reaper. Right? Reaper's in. You should be going. Like instead of going back, you have to go forwards right now. But instead, you're over here. Your Reaper's dead. You shoot at the Widow and miss. Not that it would have mattered if you landed the hits. Even if you headshot her, like at that distance, it's only going to do like 60 damage. Assuming you get like a triple headshot, which is virtually impossible. And then you start moving away. Right? Winston jumps in your face. You just keep healing the Genji who's got full health instead of trying to shoot the Winston. Not that it would matter, and then you die. Alright, so that's what, 4 deaths in a row where you've done nothing? And then you don't have time to contest. Okay, so first point, complete disaster. It is hard for me to imagine how you could have played that even worse. Just think about this. You did not pop a single ultimate in the entire first round. Like, let that sink in for you. The entire first round, you did not pop 1 support ultimate. It is very hard to win games if you can't use your ultimate. I think you should just stuck on Ana. Alright, you come out. You shot 2 healing grenades that do absolutely nothing. Right? You're more okay, I guess the Moira is missing like 10 health here. Fine, okay. Did you hit her? You didn't even hit her. You missed her with it. Yeah, you were not even close. You missed her with this. Okay, so you waste that one. Then you shoot that one, which is at nobody. Like, stuff like this, the reason why I'm harping on this especially is because you're Diamond, right? You're Diamond, you're trying to get Masters, so I have to hold you to, like, a Masters expectation level, right? I'm not trying to get you to be a better Diamond 4 player. I'm trying to get you to be a Masters player. Masters players cannot be whiffing grenades at point blank. This is not a thing that you can do if you're going to get the Masters. Like, you've now used 2 of your 13 shots doing literally nothing. With no pressure, right? It's not like you're like people are jumping in your face or you're trying to like heal a Genji or something. Like the easy shots where people are just walking in straight lines in your face and you're missing them. Okay, this is bad movement right here. You step into the choke as though you're going to push it. even though you see the soldier on the far side. Soldier starts lighting you up, and you walk backwards in a straight line. You're very lucky to not die here. And the reason you don't die is you have to pop regen burst to keep yourself from dying. You took, actually, so you have 68 health left, but regen burst would have healed you for 100 or 50 plus 50. So you took like 182 damage or something within a few seconds, all because you had a bad peek, right? You do this, you walk forwards, you take damage, and instead of going left immediately, you immediately start walking backwards so the soldier gets more an angle, then you re-peek the helix, and now you're crazy low, and now you can't do anything, right? Now you can't help your team because you're so low, and now you have to walk back up, right? I think lamp there was okay, but I think it's a little early, right? That's exactly how I felt. Wait, a little, I think you miss it? Oh no, you miss it! Okay, so you see the lamp clearly did not actually go, so you completely whiffed that. You could have saved your tank. Right now, you have to be doing something. Like, you cannot be like, hey, I'm going to go AFK right now. You know? Like, your tank is dead. Try to trade. Try to kill the Reaper. Right? Shoot the Reaper. Shoot the backline. Like, you can see that your Genji is in here. Like, why aren't you doing something at the moment? Why are you healing the Moira who is full health? Look at this. The Moira's full health. Two shots on her, right? You see the Reaper's low. You fired 9 bullets. You hit, I think, 2. You pop regen bursts for what reason exactly? Does anyone look like they need healing? No. Yeah, I mean, again, the game you sent Bronzy might have been very different, but so far, I'm shocked that you're even in Diamond. At least if you play Baptiste on a regular basis, because this is... I think your Ana looked way better than your Baptiste does. So, you decide that your job is to walk in front of the entire enemy team to hold this space. This is a bold move, Cotton. Like, you should just be dead right now. Get knocked in. Like, I don't know why the Orisa doesn't just Javelin and kill you right now. It is actually crazy to me that you're not dead right now. Very lucky to not get punished for this. Did you need to reload there? I guess you did. You're low on ammo. Also, it doesn't look like you know how to weave at all, like heal shooting. And I'm not even going to try to explain this because this is Diamond. If you don't know how to weave on Baptiste, I'm not going to explain this in the Diamond level Baptiste game. This is not worth my time. So, Genji dies here. It's the right idea. You see that he's critical. You try to save him with Lamp, but look where your Lamp lands. So it's late A, B, it's around the corner. It wouldn't have saved them anyway. So you've missed basically every single lamp. Genji's in, you turn to try to deal with him. Regen burst, right? Call. I would have reloaded while he's deflecting. Because you're at 5 shots, right? Right here, pop regen burst, reload. You don't reload, so now you're forced to reload in the middle of a fight. Try to keep your tank up. Again, because you didn't reload earlier, now you can't put enough healing in to save your Ramattra, which you definitely should have been able to if you had ammo. Hop around. It's fine. Baptiste, or the Orisa is way overextended. I would have thrown Lamp at myself because she's low enough that like she easily could kill you here. Again, another Lamp, way off target. You had to throw that much deeper. You don't look like a Baptiste player. I'm surprised you're playing Baptiste in Diamond if you're trying to climb to the Masters. I bet you're way better at Ana. Okay, so watch. Dead right here. This Ana is on high ground shooting you. You have 25 ammo and 12 healing grenades. Instead of shooting her, or taking cover, or dodging, you just walk in a straight line and let her kill you with 2 shots. Like, there's no excuse for this at Diamond. Much less Masters. Why are you doing regen burst? Like, it's 1 grenade, right? 1 grenade. She's only missing like 40 health. 1 grenade will heal her up. You see how the grenade, like, your healing burst hasn't reached her yet. And I don't think your regen burst actually reached her. So you just wasted a 15-second cooldown for 0 value. Now, okie doke. Alright, so for the record, your team has point control, so you do not need to drop down there, okay? You want to hold the high ground here and use the positioning advantage. You should just put window up here, right? Kill Genji, put the window down, and then you and the Ashe use the window, win the fight. Easily. Easy win. Instead, you decide to jump the point. You hold onto your window for forever while you're thinking about it. Then you're like, oh, I'm not going to window after all. The whole time, you could have just been shooting the Reaper and killed him by now. Remember, 75 damage, 25 per shot for Baptiste, right? Headshots would be 150 damage. You kill this Reaper in 2 shots, 2 bursts. It's not hard to hit headshots when he's an ulting, right? Easily kill this Reaper. Instead, you just like run around there. You're very lucky to not die. Then you pop window out. Now, like in this really close, awkward situation where no one can really use it because the Orisa's right here, right? She just walks through the window. You nearly die here. You put land down too late. Use regen burst. Again, you see the Moira fade out. She has 10 health. You must kill the Moira here. Instead, you decide to keep shooting the Orisa. Heal. Alright, Genji dives you, and then you die. Alright, now their team's like running full dive. Baptiste is like a really tough situation. I think Anna even would be tough here. I think Brig would be great. Right, Lucio would be great, etc. Alright, you capped the point. Very little of that was thanks to you. Again, think about that round, right? How many ultimates did you pop? You popped 1 ultimate, which was the window at the end of the round, which was terrible. Like, no one even used that window. Alright, going into final round, I suspect we're going to see the same problem, so I might cut this short. So you come down here, again, you're at this pillar, which is a good spot to play. Then you decide to wide peek from the corner, from the pillar. You take damage here, you're super low, very lucky to not die there, you pop regen burst. Right, you get super low again. You pop lamp, despite the fact that you're not actually you're low, but you're not actually under pressure. Because the only person who could kill you is the Genji, and you can see the Genji going back to the team. So you should have tried to wait this out here to see if the Genji would push you, and then use lamp then. Now this lamp is wasted. Right, you didn't actually die here, or get close to dying. The lamp didn't even deter them from diving you. You're not weaving at all, right? Heal, shoot, heal, shoot, heal, shoot, or shoot, shoot, heal, shoot, shoot, heal. Okay, none of the things are going right here in terms of just like Baptiste 101. Like this doesn't even feel like low diamond gameplay. I would say that I don't even know that this feels like platinum level Baptiste gameplay. So again, you're overly focused on trying to shoot the tank instead of healing. You see how low the Genji is? Right? Healing that Genji is going to give way more value than shooting the Risa. But in reality, what you need to do is both. You need to be healing and shooting and healing and shooting. And if you can't do that, you're not going to climb. Right? Not on Baptiste. Like, if you don't want to have the complexity of having to weave, play heroes that are not Baptiste. Kiriko is a really great one. Well, Kiriko now is weaving now, too, which is complicated. But I think you still could not weave a Kiriko and you're fine. Baptiste, you must weave. You must weave on Baptiste in order to actually climb with them. So, yet another weird just stretch. So you see the Cassie's low. Here, okay? Genji dives in. Instead of continuing to heal the Cassidy, because you're at 185, right? You're in no danger of dying. Instead of continuing to heal the Cassidy, you decide to go and toss the heal to your Winston, who's totally fine inside of a bubble, right? Cassidy could have died by now. Then you throw Lamp at the Genji as though that does something. That's not even in range for your Cassidy. You're not low. Now you pop regen burst. Like, this whole stretch is confusing. I'm not going to keep watching because I don't think this is worth it. Okay. So, I think the Ana play was not good, but it felt sort of like you knew what you were doing. On the Baptiste, it really doesn't feel like you know what you're doing. I think that all of your fundamentals on Baptiste are wrong. You can't weave. You can't land lamps pretty much ever. Your regen bursts are really bad. Your windows either don't happen or are really bad. And you're generally not in the right position. You wide peak way too much. There's like a laundry list of problems with your Baptiste play. And I would be pretty surprised if you can climb to even high diamond again playing Baptiste. But who knows? I mean, you're winning a bunch of games. I think you should maybe check your win rates, right? I'd be curious to see what your win rates are over the course of the season for Ana and Baptiste, if those are your two main heroes, and see if there's a difference, right? It's possible that you're like a 60% Ana winner and like a 44% Baptiste winner, in which case that could explain like when you climb and when you don't, right? Maybe when you were sliding, you played a lot more Baptiste and it wasn't working, and then you started playing Ana again and you started winning again. But I think there's a lot of problems here that I would highlight that I think you really need to clean up to even sniff high diamond, much less masters. All right, hopefully that's helpful.